what would you describe as your ideal communist society?
Imagine the world as one big house that we all live in, and you can just go get the shit you need when you need it, and you contribute in ways that you are able to contribute, and that's it.
How do you create the goods in demand in accordance with their demand? So, like, at the quantities they're demanded with the fewest resources.
The best way to do that is when groups of people come together and draw the best ideas from the collective, right?
How do they know that they're producing the best idea with the least resources?
Test it out. Well, you can't trial and error, right? Give it a shot.
Okay, but
And if it works, then it works, and if it don't, we try something else.
and then if we have no prices for anything, if everything is just give and take, then you aren't able to make economic calculations. And I would say that you're making all of these decisions by some arbitrary means.
Not by arbitrary means at all. Economics bores me because I don't think that it's necessary. I think that you can have a fully functional, capable society with no economy whatsoever. This is why I say the earth is simply a house that we all live in together, and we just gotta learn to get the fuck along. Like, you go out, you get the shit you need, you go home. You go out, you provide what you can, you go home. In my ideal society, there wouldn't be money. There wouldn't be any economy. There would simply be people and resources. If you can't simply go grab it because there's a finite amount of those resources, to the extent that going to grab it would lead to a detriment, there needs to be some kind of council or some kind of gatekeeper of these resources that gets to say, okay, let's hear you out. Why do you need these resources? Because we have a very limited amount of them, and it better be good.
And I would say that you're making all of these decisions by some arbitrary means.
Not by arbitrary means at all.
Or each individual person. How do they know that they are producing more value than they are taking in?
They don't worry about it. You don't worry about it.
People don't know if they're producing more than they are consuming. What is the effect of that on the societal scale?
I don't know. I don't think that's worth worrying about. People tend to try to produce what they can because they're passionate. You know, like, these are all different people with different skill sets that they utilize to the greatest extent to benefit the community, because when you benefit the community, you benefit yourself. Because the better community you live in, the better off you are, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And if everybody can internalize that fundamental principle, we don't need money. If I'm head council of the village and I go to John the farmer and I say, I estimate we will need approximately 500 turnips for the fall harvest. Okay. John the farmer says, all right, I will make 750 just to be safe, because I know sometimes they go bad. So harvest season comes. Turns out 600 turnips survive out of the 750. Turns out we only need 200 of them. Oopsie daisy. We lose some resources.
Well, then everybody's poorer off for having lost those resources.
You're right. You're right. So next time we do the math a little better.
As a result, everybody gets less prosperous with every single one of those mistakes. And you don't have a way to not make one of those mistakes.
But money doesn't help with that.
Would you concede that this model would produce less prosperity?
We lose some resources.
Well, then everybody's poorer off for having lost those resources.
You're right. No.
As a result.
Not at all.